Well, hey, everybody, this is Tanner Mulvihill over at Bayfield Home Loans, and I'm joined today by real estate superstar, and some would say the queen of Embrey Mill, Ann Marley Green. Ann, how are you today?
I am doing good. How are you doing, Tanner?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, you've been slinging some serious business in those mean streets of Embrey lately, so it's pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, we do have some pretty tough streets, but you got to do what you got to do, right?
That's right. That's right. But, you know, today for the folks, we're going to mix it up a little bit because we're going to talk about some townhouses, because a lot of times we focus on the single families, but, you know, townhouses are just like they list and they're gone. They list and they're gone. So let's give the folks kind of an overview of what's going on. And let me get this pulled up and you'll chat about it. All right. And so the first one I'd like to chat about, 107 Almond Drive. Now, this one, let's see, it's currently pending, shows 545. And I'm guessing that's a pretty, if it's not that, it's going to be close. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so lots of townhouse activity across the board in Embrey Mill this past month. So this one listed at 545. I would say most townhouses in Embrey Mill will sell somewhere between like 515 up to maybe 550. So we're definitely seeing prices on townhouses escalate up a little bit.
Yeah.
When townhouses escalate up, caveat to that, they do it in much smaller increments than a single family home. But this one was only on the market for 6 days. It currently has renters in it, which I thought was an interesting point to it, because usually investment properties that have renters still living in it, that can be kind of tricky when you go to sell.
Yeah.
But obviously did not hold this listing back any. Thought it had a really nice open floor plan, which I know we say that a lot because it's Embrey Mill, but really nice kitchen, wood floors. And I thought this one got a little creative in the backyard.
Okay. Let's take a look at that. So let's see here. Let's get up to, I see what you're talking about. All right. So let's take a look. All right. So we got basically the full pavers. So it's like, hey, super extra patio space out here, which, you know, to me, it makes a lot of sense, just because it's backyards with townhouses. It's always a little awkward. It's like, okay, it's too small to, you know, like you can put a swing set in or whatever for the kids, but there's not a lot of room. Whereas you do this paver thing, it's like, okay, now I don't have to mow this small section every weekend as the grass gets higher. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's great if you are going to turn your townhouse into an investment property on the back end. Me, my husband, and I, we have rentals. We're landlords, and we know that renters may not always keep your house in the same condition as you did.
Right.
So eliminating some of their tasks, you know, getting rid of the grass, making it so there's just a small patch and leaving a weed whacker in the garage, it just increases your chances of not having future issues. And this is one of those set of townhomes that has the detached garage. So it is a creative way to kind of make it a little less painful bringing in those groceries from the garage.
Yeah, it's a nice flow too. You know, you come out of the garage, you know, walking on the pavers, you can duck in really quick. But you know, really, this is kind of one of my favorite models, just because you do have that auxiliary space. I mean, I wonder how many people have gyms in there, because it's got to be a good chunk of folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially military for sure. So, you know, just kind of clicking around the pictures a little bit. Now, the time frame on this house, was this one of the more, one of the older models that in like when the first phase, when they started building them out?
Yep. So this is in phase one. So a couple different style of townhouses than we see in the newer phases. But one of the best sections of the neighborhood, easy to walk to, a lot of the amenities.
Yeah. And this room caught my attention because, as someone who plays guitar, you know, they're ready to go. So I can relate.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's really cool. That was a unique feature with the back there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one that we're going to chat about. And that's going to be 650 Aspen Road, with a big Marine Corps flag on the front. So you and I like that. We can relate. Let's see. This one is currently, let me pull it back up for us here. Currently pending at 530,000. So is this on the smaller end of kind of the townhouses that we see?
Yes. So this is in phase two, and it's actually in the section of townhomes that are also condos as well.
Okay.
Not everybody knows there is a section of townhomes in Embrey Mill that are part of a condo association. So they pay 3 fees, the CDA, the HOA, and a condo fee, but they don't have to deal with some of the exterior maintenance that you do on your
Gotcha.
just an
Gotcha.
HOA townhome. But yeah, so a little bit smaller, different layout. It's got a 1-car garage versus a 2-car garage. But still, again, this one is walking distance to the phase 2 amenities. It's
Okay.
right near the pool. So it is an awesome location if you do have small kids.
Well, and as we know, the rental price in Embry Mill continues to go up, and townhouses, you having some, I have some as well, are great investments for people. So if if you're thinking about long term, like, hey, I'm getting into the market, this is my first home, I'm gonna use my VA or whatever, townhouse is a great way to go, because then you can make it a rental and hold on to it forever.
Yep, they are very easy to rent out on the back end. Usually a lot less worry, at least in my opinion, of things that
Yeah.
could go wrong, knock on
Yeah.
wood.
Yep. That's how I feel too. Like, there's only so much damage that can be done in a townhouse, in my opinion.
Yep.
So let's see if there was there any other photos in here or anything? Let's get to the master for the folks so they can take a look at that. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like that. What's that on the back? What would that be considered there?
It's just trim work. They did
Okay.
some updated trim work. I always love when people do little special touches. Woodwork never, unless it's something weird. I shouldn't say never, but unless you do
Right.
something really weird to your house, it is something buyers like when they're walking through, seeing some upgraded trim work that's done. They did some upgraded lighting downstairs as well. Nothing too crazy, but just a little something to set it apart from other townhomes.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, so this one again, this one's currently pending for 530, and it'll be interesting to kind of see, next month when it actually closes, how much, what's the final price? Did they get any seller concessions involved, stuff like that? But another good one for us. Okay, so the last one that we're going to chat about, let's go and get over to this, is 112 Apricot Street. So this one, now that's kind of interesting. We got 4 levels going on here. So this one closed at 550, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, built in 2016. What's the rundown on this?
Yeah, so it's listed kind of on the higher, closed on the higher end of, where we typically see townhome prices. This one, I believe, listed for 535 and then closing at 550. It was only on the market for 4 days. It's pretty builder grade on the inside,
Okay.
but it is, and again, I say this a lot, but in an awesome part of the neighborhood because you're right near the bistro and the phase 1 pool there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it was an end unit too, so that definitely helps.
only one set of neighbors to deal with.
That's
Everyone
right.
knows that. And this one also got creative in a different way in the backyard, which I have not seen before. So I thought that
All
one
right,
was
let's check that out. All right,
pretty
let's get
cool.
to oh, no. Well, I picked
Closet
one picture.
system.
That is a mysterious closet space. So let's see here. How about backyard shot? Interesting. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right. Oh, so that is interesting. So they went kind of Trex deck and then a deck on top, it looks like. Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually just a roof. It's a walkway roof that
Oh,
goes from the back door to the detached garage.
okay.
So it made me giggle a little, like someone got soggy groceries once and they said, absolutely not,
Never again.
never
That's right.
again. I did think it was a different, interesting way to kind of utilize that outdoor space that can be a little bit awkward when you do have a detached garage.
Right.
And of course, the Trex decking, super low maintenance. You just kind of hose it off when it gets grimy and then you're good to go.
That's really cool. They, what a great way to kind of make sure that you're not going to be in the elements, because you're right. Once you get caught outside one time and sprinting for the door and don't have the key in your hand and the groceries fall out, it becomes a problem. But that was really cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and get back here. All right. Well, let's kind of sum it up for the folks with some final thoughts on what's going on in Embrey Mill. I think this is going to be our 10th video. So, you continue to just really do a great job for the sellers in Embrey Mill. And obviously we're helping a lot of buyers right now. So it's a great time. But what are you seeing in the market? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so in Embrey Mill specifically, there are a ton of homes coming on the market. So between coming soon status and active status, there are 21 homes as of
Holy
today,
cow.
which feels like a lot. We do have a big neighborhood, so
True.
that
Yeah.
with a grain of salt. But we have seen just a ton of homes flood onto the market. For the single family homes, they're definitely sticking around a little bit longer this month compared to last month. I think the average was days on the market is about 39 days for a detached home versus the townhomes are going in just a little under a week.
Right.
So definitely taking a little longer. I think that's just a ripple effect of how the world might be feeling right now. There's a lot of uncertainty happening across the board. So, still getting lots of showings, lots of buyer activity in the neighborhood. I think people are just taking a little bit longer to make their decisions.
I would agree with that. The one caveat I would give for the folks that we just saw today for the folks that are watching, we're filming this on the 4th. We just dropped under 4% on the 10-year treasury, which is kind of the benchmark that is used on 30-year fixed mortgages. So, I mean, if this continues, we're going to start seeing those payments continue to go down for people, and those that were looking, I can only afford $600. Now that becomes $650, and $650 is looking at $700, and it just continues to go up. So it's going to be interesting times with 21 homes sitting on the market, just kind of the full Embrey experience. We'll have a lot to talk about next month.
Yeah. And so I would say for anyone that's out shopping for homes or has been the past couple of months, it would be a great opportunity, to reach out to Tanner to see if your price cap has changed, because interest rates, we all know, can dramatically change your monthly mortgage payment. So
for sure.
A good opportunity to check in and see what can happen with these new lower rates.
I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it. It's going to be a busy spring and summer for us. So, Ann, as always, pleasure chatting with you, and we'll see everybody next month.
Thank you so much.